Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. It's BC. If it is your first time visiting the channel, be sure to browse. There's a ton of content to help you out. Now, in this particular video, I wanted to zoom in and focus on morning routine. It is a question that I get asked frequently. I had addressed this a long time ago, but I wanted to make an updated video to give you the top 3, 4, 5 things that I do that I believe is crucial for everybody to begin with success. Okay, what I mean by that is your morning routine sets the tone for the day. A lot of people forget that. Some people will now begin to say, I'm not a morning person, it doesn't matter, I don't have anything to do in the morning, and a list of almost excuses and justifications comes up. Okay, now I want you to pay very close attention, because how many of you have ever had a day, especially if you're already a business owner or aspiring business owner, and let's say your day starts at 9 or 10 a.m., okay? Have you noticed that if your morning isn't favorable, meaning it doesn't begin strong, right? You already get knocked off, you get a bad phone call, a bad email, doesn't it tend to kind of ruin the momentum for the rest of the day? I know it did for me in the past especially, and I know most people will agree with that. So, your morning routine is extremely, extremely important because it sets the tone, it'll give you some momentum already, and this is fact number 1, on average, human beings, most of them have more energy in the morning, okay? As the day progresses, energy dissipates. And for a lot of people, it is much more difficult for them to generate their own energy through breathing, exercise, proper diet, and that kind of stuff. So they rely on stimulants or outside sources to boost their energy, right? Which we know down the line can lead to a lot of issues if you're drinking coffee all the time, energy drinks and that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to talk about that in this video, okay? I'm going to give you a list of probably the top 5 things that I do in the morning that I know a lot of successful people do that's really, really going to help you, okay? The first thing is waking up early, right? 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. I'm somebody who woke up at 5:30 a.m. for a very, 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 very long time. Now, sometimes I'm a little bit off, right? Sometimes I'll wake up a little bit later now, 5:45. Most days though, 99% of the time, I'm up and going before 6 a.m., right? 6 a.m. for me is like the latest. Now, I've programmed myself over time to do that, and it's easy now. I can go to sleep at 1 or 2 a.m. the night before, because of work or whatever it is, and I'll still be up by 6. And I think the latest I've woken up in a long time is probably like 6:30, because my body is so programmed to doing it. It's become a ritual, right? So the whole point of waking up early is most people will begin their work day at around 9 a.m., 8:30, 9 a.m. And what that does is it effectively allows you to wake up and get some stuff done beforehand. If you're somebody who's looking at doing a side hustle and starting a second business or something to supplement your 9 to 5 so you can eventually transition out, well, there's the time. You have time after work and you have time before work, okay? It allows you to do some other activities right now that I'm going to get into, but more than anything, it allows you to breathe and start on the right foot. How many people, maybe someone watching right now, feels like they're always in a rush? The later you wake up, the more you feel like you're in a rush. Oh, I got to get ready for work. Oh, I got to do this. It starts from the moment the alarm goes off. Puts you in a state of shock. It's like, oh my God, right? So now we're already starting off on the wrong foot. We feel rushed, and guess what? You're going to feel rushed your whole day, and we don't want that, okay? So waking up early. Now, number 2 is going to be there has to be some sort of physical exertion in the morning, okay? Get the blood flowing, exercise, go out and walk for 30, 45 minutes, go to the gym, do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, when I started and I woke up at 5:30 every morning, when I started my journey in real estate, what I did was I would go to the gym. There was a gym about 10 minutes away from my house. I'd go and I'd lift weights, shoot some basketball, and I was there no longer than 40, 50 minutes. So there and back was about an hour. Got the blood flowing, woke myself up, got a good workout in, and I was fully awake. One thing that I struggled with a lot in the beginning was I would have to get on the phone and go door to door early in the morning, and a lot of times if I didn't exercise and start doing affirmations and that kind of stuff, my voice wouldn't be ready. So by the time I got on the phone or on the doors, it was I sounded as if I had just woken up, even though I hadn't. So that was part of the routine for me. Exercising, doing my vocal exercises and all that stuff too, woke me up, right? So we have waking up early, and then we have some sort of physical exertion, break a sweat, get the blood flowing. It'll not only kickstart your metabolism, it'll give you more sustained energy throughout the day. And guess what? It's going to give you more mental focus and clarity, which is huge. Okay. Number 4, if we're going to continue on this line, is this. Do something educational, right? Read, fill your mind. I'm not saying just watch a motivational video and get hyped up. Maybe, okay? But read something that interests you. Read something that pertains to your field that can help you. Start filling your mind with stuff. I spend minimum 45 minutes every morning when I wake up, within the first hour, watching a video, a lecture from one of my teachers, reading, doing something to fill my mind and get the clock turning. I do it in the morning, I do it in the middle of the day, and I do it at night. But that, again, that morning source of knowledge filling will now become a ritual, and you will look forward to filling your mind with good stuff every day. Okay? So have something educational to learn, not just motivation, right? A lot of people say, well, you got to watch something motivational. I'm steering people away from that because there's levels to it, right? If we now become this individual who relies on this outside source for inspiration should come from within, okay? Or studying somebody's work that pertains to your field, or learning something in itself should inspire you. We shouldn't need to go to the source like a drug addict and say, oh, I need motivation, okay? That's okay to start with, but eventually we have to mature out of that and progress and develop out of that so we don't become reliant on it, okay? So there's that, something educational. Another thing that I've added, and we can say this is number 5, is some sort of, even if it's only 15, 20 minutes, some sort of meditation to ground yourself, to unplug, right? A lot of people live in this roller coaster up and down all the time, right? Of emotions, super happy, super excited, super sad, super depressed, and it's like this constant. What I've realized from my personal experience with meditation is it allows me to feel more grounded, feel more focused, have less chitter chatter and scattered thoughts throughout my mind, and it allows me to stay more stable throughout the day as far as my emotions, right? It gives you more control. You become less reactive to the outside world and things that are going on. How many of you constantly fill yourself and you live a life of anxiety, fear, and all these other things that literally kill you on the inside? That literally produces a toxic environment in your body, believe it or not. Negative emotions and negative thoughts will manifest negative things in your life, and it literally will kill you on the inside. This is why people get diseases like cancer and all that stuff. It's more mental than anything, believe it or not. Now, our environment, our thoughts, our diet, and everything else leads to it, our living conditions, but more so than anything, it's this, okay? So far, we're at the 8-minute mark. I want you to comment below. Are you already doing some of these things? Will you implement some of them? Can you see how this is going to benefit you, right? So basic, yet powerful. Now, the next thing I want to say before we even continue on right now is you have to do it. You have to commit to doing this. It's very easy to watch this video and say, oh man, starting tomorrow I'm going to do it. Then when the alarm clock goes off at 5 or 5:30, you hit the snooze button and you turn around. And you turn over and you go back to sleep. And then you wake up at 7 or 7:30 and you feel rushed and you fall right back into the rut. You have to make a decision and make the commitment. Commitment comes first, which is another little hidden lesson I can teach you. It's not gather information, strategize, and then make the commitment. It's make the commitment and then everything else will fall into place, because from the position of making the commitment, everything else will happen and you will actually execute. Okay? During this whole strategizing phase, what everybody does is they're looking for ways to talk themselves out of it and have a justification for not moving forward. Well, I've been researching this for a year and it just seems like it doesn't fit my personality, and you'll start hearing stupid shit like that. Okay? Commitment comes first. Okay? Another thing that I remember learning from Mike Ferry, shout out to him, the real estate godfather, right, is keep your mornings media free. Now, I can add a little spin to that, because what he meant originally by media is don't pick up the newspaper, don't look at the news, don't look at your emails, stay off your phones, and I understand what he's saying. Now, for some of you like me who produce content, you may put in a little bit of time. However, we can eliminate news. We can eliminate looking at emails right away, first thing in the morning, and at least push it off until later, okay? Our habit is to pick up our phone and start looking. Why not wait until later on, after you get your first 3 tasks done at the office or in your own personal office, whether you drive to one or you work from home? Get those things done before you look at your email, where you can possibly get some bad news that might throw you off, which it does for a lot of people, okay? Don't spend any time browsing through Instagram or Facebook. Wait. until your first break. Maybe if you're a real estate agent or a salesperson making calls, going business to business, going door to door, wait. Wait until your first 2 or 3 hours are done before you start consuming anything on social media and looking to see what your friends are doing. All it is a waste of time and a distraction. Okay? Limit it. If you are somebody who produces content in the morning, then you limit it and you put it in your schedule for those 15, 20, 30 minutes or whatever it is to do your live, to produce the content, and then you're off until the next time you have a break. The best thing you can do is designate certain time segments in your schedule where you look at email, where you look and maybe engage with people on social media, you check your messages, your direct messages on Instagram and that kind of stuff. That's going to help you tremendously versus just being a puppet and being addicted to your phone and looking for that instant gratification of looking and refreshing. Oh, has anybody commented? It's a waste of time. You're very unproductive doing that. Okay? So those are just a few things that I can recommend to you as far as your morning routine and you having to execute it. Now, again, what that's going to do is it's going to build a momentum. So now when you get to the office or you start at your home office 3 or 4 hours later, you've already done a lot, right? Another thing I'm going to recommend that all of you do in that morning time, probably right after you're done reading and filling your mind with something educational, is write your priorities for the day, right? Maybe it's top 3 things, maybe it's top 5 things. I wouldn't do probably more than 5 or 6 because then it's just too much, right? Things that you have to get done, right? And set a limit for yourself. These 2 things are going to be done before noon, and these 5 things will be done before 6 p.m., okay? And in the morning, right, you get all that stuff done. Now guess what? Guess what? Now at night, if you have that second hustle, that side hustle that some of you have, you can start working on it. You can start drafting your stuff. If you're beginning to produce content like I do and many people do on YouTube and social media, you can start doing your editing and that kind of stuff later at night because you've handled your priorities and they're done. It gives you an opportunity now to work on extra stuff. More than anything, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm preaching here and attempting to get you to reach is efficiency, okay? Many times what we fool ourselves into thinking takes 8 hours, we can actually get done in 2 to 3 hours if we concentrate. Now, what would happen if every single day you increased your efficiency by 20, 30, 40%? And for most people, they can increase it way more than that. And you got more done in less time. How many more opportunities could you afford yourself? And how many more doors could you open by having more time and be able to explore more things in a shorter amount of time? That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're shortening the learning curve. You're shortening those time periods where you're going from one level to the next, one task to the next, one opportunity to the next. You see? The more efficient you become with what you're already doing, the better it's going to be, right? If you're in a position where maybe you are watching this video and you're working a 9 to 5, guess what? You're going to get noticed for being more efficient and getting stuff done. The likelihood of you getting that promotion is going to go up if that's the environment you choose to be in. If you're a business owner, you're going to be getting ahead of your competition. You're going to get more done in less time simply by being efficient, eliminating distractions, eliminating, right, the media in the morning especially, right? Waking up earlier, filling your mind, getting the blood flowing in the morning, right, with the exercise. You see, this isn't rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. This is a morning routine to get you going. This is the morning routine from, we can say 5:30 a.m. until 8:30 or 9 a.m. All those things. Doesn't take long, right? Exercise, and you can even do an audiobook while you're on the treadmill or walking on the treadmill or while you're lifting, right? Now you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're getting exercise and you're also educating yourself, okay? But nothing substitutes this last one that I'm going to give you, okay? Make sure in the morning, right when you wake up, before you do anything else, okay? Because the second thing you do is drink a full glass of water, okay? I'm just going to throw that in there for those of you who stuck around to the end of the video. You have to journal. Journal in the present tense what your life, you want it to be like, but journal it in the present tense. I make $200,000 a year. I own a Lamborghini, right? I have a 5,000 square foot home on the beach, right? I am super confident. I'm number one. I'm the number 1 salesman in all of my company, whatever it is, right? I'm a world traveler. All these things that you aspire, that you want in the future, start writing them down in the present tense every morning. And if you're not going to write them at night, at the very least, rifle through and look. Make sure you date it, and make sure you write at least 5 things. And guess what? What we focus on tends to expand, tends to become our world. Our thoughts, our intentions come to life. Now, why not control them? Why not grab a hold of that vehicle and steer it yourself? versus letting an outside power steer it, which is what we do when we buy into the media's agenda and what everyone else is doing. Okay? It's really that simple, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the nuts and bolts, it's very simple what I just explained to you, but the power in it is the consistency of it done over time. Then you're going to be able to reap the fruits of your labor and see who you become in the process. Because it's the accumulation of all this stuff, all the knowledge over time and the skills and the commitment that will transform you. It's not one individual thing in itself. It's the whole process of doing it together over time that now will allow you to blossom like a flower and become the next level. And this has been handed down to me from all the masters and the gurus, and I'm handing it down to you. And you might have heard some of the stuff before, maybe you didn't. But if you didn't hear any of this before and this is your first time hearing it, good. Put it into play immediately, because that's the last step, and that's what I'll leave you with. This has to be put into action now. Not, oh, I'm going to start this next week or next month. Immediately. You take at least one or two things and you start doing them tonight, tomorrow, the next week, the next month, the next year, and watch. And then you can report back and comment in 6 months or a year and come back to this video and say, man, I applied this stuff and look what happened to my life, right? And I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing the comment section of what you commit to doing, which is what I recommend you comment now. What do you commit to doing? And will you come back and comment again later? Okay? I'll end it here, ladies and gentlemen. As always, in the description below, if you are interested in anything that I offer, go to bryancasella.com. That's where you'll find my programs. That's where you'll find my personal coaching and mentorship program, Modern Success, which we've had over 33 or 34 people join so far this month. I'm excited, more than 2 people a day. If you're interested in eXp Realty and you're a real estate agent, make sure you follow the link below and submit your application, or contact me directly to get more information. Make sure you do check out my podcast as well, Supreme Being, which is on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and Podomatic. As always, be sure to like the video, share it if you enjoyed it, because I know some people need to hear this stuff. And we're getting back to the basics and the nitty-gritty to help you guys build an empire of your own. Okay, Team BC, see you on the next video.